Champions of England, we know who we are, we know who we are, we know who we are. Champions of England, we know who we are. Still are. It's not been confirmed by Liverpool yet, so good. Still are, for instance, and we're 4 in a row. Liverpool will never have done that, and United. Okay, how are we feeling today? Sorry, Kat from Thailand. How are you doing? Welcome. 1 put in Thailand here. Tuesday morning here in Thailand, etc. Surprised I'm still awake. I've got up, I've had a clean, I've had breakfast, say goodbye to the ball indoors, etc. She's got off to work, and now we can sit here back and relax and just go through YouTube and all the questions and all this, and just sat there in smile, and finish it. Started at 2 a.m. The game finished at about 5 o'clock. Etc. By the time I got some sleep, but so I finished. It's another beautiful blue sky. Going to be another 40-degree day today. Very humid, and So what's it called? And I'm wearing a scarf. I'm just going to take it off for one second. Yeah, absolutely delighted. I could not be more happier. I really couldn't. And it's one of the eye from the media, and I listen to the haters, the Mark Goldbridge. I hate Man City. Well, Man City hates you, Goldbridge. You SOB. I just can't stand it. And I'm listening to the media, and because they all in their little scripts, they all have it written out. I don't know how many they were going to slag off Manchester City by. Is Pep finished? Is the City going out? Can Will City qualify? Aston Villa this and Aston Villa that, because it was all set up for Aston Villa to beat Man City yesterday, and they lost. And the Blues shine through. And also, I'm going to throw in, some of the City fans as well. And I'm sorry, if you're a City fan and you've criticised, because I got up, I turned on LB's channel, and for instance, and all it was, look at the side, oh my God, we're going to get big, we're going to get stuffed, oh, blah, 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 look at Villa's bench, whoa, blah, 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 blah. You bottle jobs. Bottle jobs. I came in here saying that we're going to win 2-1. I said that Villa's got an awful record against City, for instance, and Manchester City turn up at the last game of the season when we need to do so, and we did. And this is what Manchester City do, for instance. And so, come on, would you get some? Where's the damn deer? And God, I go down to patio. You see all the guys throwing off how wonderful strong they are. But when it comes down to it, mental, honestly, have some faith. Keep the faith. That's the reason why we say keep the faith. But because it's us against them, us against the world. It really is. It's all Man City against the media, because they've got nothing else to say apart from one thing. Wasn't very full, the Etihad tonight, is it? Oh, it wasn't very full tonight. Oh, look, a few empty seats there. I was listening to Jamie O'Hara, for instance, moaning about how, for instance, the empty seats at the Etihad. I wanted to find out that, for instance, and the night before, for instance, I was listening to a Spurs fan who went to the game and left after 6 minutes, and he said, he looked left, okay, and it was completely empty. He looked right, it was completely empty, and he said there was empty seats everywhere at White Hart Lane or whatever, the Spurs new football stadium, blah blah blah, what you call it. Absolutely, he said, and people were leaving by the droves. And then, he has the gall to talk about Manchester City's empty seats the next day. Because again, that's all they've got. They've got the 115 and they've got the empty seats, and that's it. Because quite honestly, for instance, because Manchester City will win 4 in a row, win everything, Champions League, FA Cups, League Cups, whatever, and their teams don't, and what they're going to do is crying, and then try and get some on Manchester City. So they're going to bring up 115 and then the Etihad. Okay, that's all they're going to say, for instance, like that. And and the Man City's protest or whatever, or about with the stadium, regarding by go by no, and the rest of these websites ripping off fans. charging 70 plus pounds for a seat, etc., which is just ridiculous. And yeah, for the Tuesday. Now, how much people, people going down to Wembley? It's going to cost some £100 easy. Then, for instance, you're going to go, how much money people think we got? And so. And yeah, so it's just ridiculous. And how can Jason Cundian call it? We go to a London show. It's going to cost you blah blah blah. Oh, flip's sake! Honestly, it's just you can't seriously. But for instance, you only go to a London show maybe once, maybe twice, whatever. You don't go to a London show each week, do you? For instance, Jason. Honestly, what's it called? But nonsense, absolute nonsense. Again, it's the fight. It's the fight. It's the fight. Again, I was sat there celebrating at 4 o'clock in the morning, for instance, and not only because, for instance, we've been vindicated because the City have been vindicated the fact that we are going to get the Champions League, we are going to get in the top four, we are, for instance, a lot better than what a lot of people think. The players are not washed as has-beens as a lot of people think we are. And and have the for instance, and can do the business, still do the business on the court against wannabes, and that's what they are. Villa are wannabes. Villa have got a plus, got 5 goal difference. Man City have got a plus 20 plus whatever. Yeah, and looking at the top three, for instance, and if I bring it up and have a look at it, I think Spurs are Liverpool at number one. So Liverpool at number one. Then you've got, for instance, if I can just find it, yeah. Then you got Arsenal at number two, and then you got City at third. For instance, yeah. So for instance, but yeah, Liverpool at 31, but a goal difference of plus 44. Arsenal plus 34, 66 points. Notts Forest plus 14. Man City at third plus 23, and then Arsenal at Forest 14. Newcastle 18. Villa plus 5. They may be playing this great four. They scored 4 goals against Newcastle, but they actually got out. There was actually a negative, a goal difference up to them. So, for instance, though, they're not all that great. What's the goal to sit there? Yes, they're a good team, and they play against, and they did very well against PSG, but lost the same as Man City. Lost. Okay, but they got to the same quite but there's a big difference. No, they're not. But to sit there and say it's, like for instance, it's to sit there and say, for instance, that they are the better team of Man City. They clearly came for a point. Clearly, the way the time wasted, the way that, for instance, and the goalkeeper, for instance, Martinez, where he wasted so much time, and the referee was shocking today. Shocking. Never a penalty, and I'm sorry. And the people say, "Oh, well, you're biased in blue." No, the reason why I'm saying it's never a penalty because it took 3.5 minutes before they actually got the referee to go to the screen. So why? It's because they've been going back, forth, because they're not over refereeing the game. And he's not a referee, but VAR was not brought in to do that. They were supposed to spot in bozo errors, fouls, proper fouls, not kind of coming together of players. And he clearly went down, for instance, when he really got touched. Okay, fine. Okay, but to sit there and say that, for instance, it was a clear and obvious penalty, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. And it's taken 3.5 minutes before, and I had to send the referee to the screen to see it, because when referee saw it in the first, when he was well placed, he says no penalty. And then suddenly, after 3.5 minutes, so back forth, looking at every man, his leg pushing it to his leg, did he go down to whatever, before they called it a penalty. Boom. Honestly, he just... and the referee was just poor. He was poor. And how many fouls he let go. For instance, he was poor. He was poor referee tonight. Really did. His booking, etc. For instance, he's was one where City had the what's it called? Villa player went down, which they did on more than one occasion. For instance, City after a City attack, Villa got the ball. Then when City got the ball back at the Villa, then he blew for the foul. So I'm sorry. I just find the referee was poor, for instance, and yeah. So and Villa was I were expecting this massive Villa. The Villa turned up against Newcastle, and I'm sorry, I didn't see that Villa at all. You know, considering they have zero injuries compared to Man City. We've got Rodri, we've got Haaland, we've got Ake, we've got John Stones. For instance, and our number one goalkeeper are all injured, but still, for instance, and they're supposed to be the better team. You know, for instance, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. And when you look at the stats, and if we go to the stats, because the stats prove it. Because, for instance, you know, because I would listen to again to talk crap, etc. Oh well, I think it was a draw would have been, and ESPN said the same thing. What was it called? Stevie Nicol, for instance. Well, I think a draw would have been probably a better result. You know, a draw would have been a better result for you. Uh, not to say that, for instance, I thought Man City were the better team without a shadow of a doubt. We had 62% possession per 38, no surprise. But we had 12 shots, 6 on, 6 off, compared to the 7. So what's it called? So we had more shots, we were more clinical in the box, etc., for instance, than what they were. And so, for instance, so I sit there and say, corners 10-2. My God, the second half was just corner day. How many corners do we have? Unfortunately, we shouldn't. We can't take a corner. We can't take a corner, and for instance, we can take a corner. By God, you know. But 10-2. And I'm sorry, but I thought they were holding on. City were by far the ascendancy. Kovacic had a really every time he got the ball, he went forward. For instance, who else? Kevin De Bruyne was to go try to do, Bernardo Silva. For instance, had a great game. These old guys, you know, talk about the old guys because the City fans prior to the game. How come he's not playing the younger guys or whatever? But I thought Kovacic and Bernardo and Kevin, all put a shift in and did play very very well. And Bernardo was always tenacious, trying to get the ball. Got a goal from the Nunes, Mamouche. Ball across, and it was there at the right time, for instance. And we did have a young guy called what was his name? McAtee, for instance. But unfortunately, he also missed a few good chances. So, but he's only young. He'll get better. But the older guys, I thought, for instance, took us over the line. Didn't see much of Gundo. But let's go pop through the lineups. I thought Ortega had a half decent performance. Again, I didn't have really much to do, so I he couldn't do very much about the penalty. Diaz didn't have the greatest games, but I thought he was okay. LB cooked him a bit. I'm not going down that road. I thought I was okay. Give him a top of 7. Ortega a 7. Nunes, for instance, I'll give him an 8. Go for his goal. He kept falling over, slipping over. I thought De Bruyne did it as well a few times. I saw them watering the pitch at half time. So what's it called? But whether it's too watered or we need some different stuff, I don't know. That just drives me crazy. That did. Nico O'Reilly, absolute star, really is. My God, that guy is so confident on the ball, and when he gets it, he doesn't care. His players around him. He's just an absolute soup. He's just brilliant. Can cross the ball. That guy has got so many talents. It's just unbelievable. Shows no fear at all. Absolutely superb. Forget about this 17-year-old at Barcelona. We've got Nico O'Reilly, and this guy every game I see him, and he's just playing so much better. Nick. For instance, that interception we got from Rashford, etc. Just brilliant. So booing and Rashford getting booed, and Nico O'Reilly said, "I'll have the ball back, please." Boom, took him off. Joshko Gavalio, another stat performance. He's absolutely brilliant, Joshko. Had a bit of a tussle with his rival Villa. Villain, for instance, but for instance, came out well. I was a bit worried about whether he got a yellow card, whether they're going to get 2. But overall, I thought he played very well. I'll give him an 8 again. Nico O'Reilly, going to give him an 8.5. I got absolutely superb. But now Silva, I give him an 8 as well. Tenacious, got a goal, played well. I like he was always involved with the play. I was breaking up. I was over there, just like looking like the old Bernardo Silva. Really, really played well. McAtee, I'll give him a 7. He tried, had a great free kick. Which unfortunately Guardiola didn't get a hold of. But other than that, He didn't play well. I give him no. I give him a 6.5. He didn't play that great. Omar Mamouche, every time that guy gets the ball, you jump off your seats and you think, right, he's going to do something here. Great cross. I don't know whether I'd like to see him want to see him more central. I don't know whether, for instance, is to be more effective. But he's a great. I give him an 8 as well. Could play really well. Gundogan, I give him a 6, etc. So I didn't hear much about Gundogan this week. I love Gundogan. It gets a lot of crap. But again, I think he just plays one too many games, and so he didn't really affect play. And I was hoping that Nicola O'Reilly coming from Gundogan. Mateo Kovacic, was got again another player played brilliant. Every time we got the ball, had a shot on goal. I always felt like he wanted to shoot. For instance, and he was encouraged by the shoot by the fans. Brilliant goal, a brilliant play. I give him an 8 as well. I give him an 8.5. I thought he was playing really well, Kovacic. I didn't have any much more to do. They were saying about Villa controlled the midfield. I don't think they did. I thought Man City every time the Villa got the ball, for instance, there were 2 or 3 players around him. It felt like City of old sometimes. During the game, Kevin De Bruyne again tried to do influences, to play some shots, put some crosses over. That lovely ball over the top to McAtee. What's it called? Was really so smart football. I know Mamouche, when he got the ball back from Mamouche, etc. I was hoping that Mamouche would go forward or something like that, but him just to see the run off McAtee was just superb. I gave him a 7.5, Kevin. And basically, apart from Doku, come on, doing what we did. What's it called? Only we made one substitute. They're in how many? We made one substitute, and he was defining substitute. Great crossover to Nunes, and what a great goal overall. And Pep, I loved it. His joyfulness and seeing what was it called? Oh Christ, what was his name? Villa's manager, for instance, his face. Oh, I have to bet. Absolutely fantastic. People are saying, why is it, that's right. Stevie Nicol moaning about since his over celebration of getting into the Champions League, and I thought, God, forget it. It talks about you're talking about the Champions League. You talk about the money you get generated, the players you can attract, whether we're going to get Bert, etc. Is it going to come? We don't have the Champions League. For instance, it's a massive thing to get in the Champions League. And also, for instance, you only be in the best competitions in the Champions League is. So, for instance, I'm sorry, guys, look at the Europa League. You got in like Spurs and United, and if any one of those 2 teams win it, it'd be embarrassing. How do you finish 17 or where they are win Europa League and get into the Champions League? It'd be embarrassing the Champions League. It really will. If Spurs or United win the get with Europa. Absolutely, it should be a disgrace. You can't do that. You can't finish 17th and be in the Champions League. What's the point of calling it the Champions League if you're going to get in through the back door? But overall, for instance, absolutely delighted. Really, really chuffed. I'm just enjoying myself listening to the radio. I'm sure they're going to be yapping about, moaning about ticket prices and empty seats and whatever they can, because quite the media, ESPN, talk crap. For instance, by BC, Sky Sports, and all, they'll try and make it, because all they expected was to lose, and it never happened. And City won, and now we're on the way to Wembley, Etihad South, smiling with a big smile, and I am happy. Happy. Come on, City, keep the faith. City fans need to get off this train now. What's it called? This negative train now. And start supporting the Blues, and stop thinking about the players. Past it, he's gone. Too much now. To stop being so entitled. And you got to. And this is what City do. Okay, if we could end up Charity Shield, top 3, maybe 2, whatever. Who knows? What's it called with the FA Cup, and you never know what happens in the Club World Cup. That is not a bad season. Okay, come on, keep the faith, love the club. I've been through through the 80s and the 90s, and the times when we were a lot worse. So and so well done. Give Pep a 9 point for his tenacity. I could give him a 10. For his Yeah, absolutely, for his joy. And big up to the guys, for instance, who did the protest. Yeah, and if you went, good, well done. Just keep the pressure on. Come on. I'm going to get going. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. But happy champions of England. We know who we are. I'll see you tomorrow. Catch you on the flip side. Take care. Mm.